And if people have got their favourite Marvel character they'd like to get in, are you still open to suggestions at this stage?
You know, drop it in the comments on this video. We're always listening.
Welcome to Family Gaming TV. As you can see, we're at E3 and on the Lego booth. And I've got Arthur Parsons here from Lego Marvel's Avengers, if I get the name right. Yeah. And it's coming up. We've talked about Lego Dimensions, but of course we've got another Lego game coming this year. So how's it going?
Brilliant. Obviously this is E3 is the first time we've shown the game. You know, we've been keeping quiet, staying under wraps. Obviously, you know, our game's coming out in winter, so it's a little bit time after the other games. But it's great to finally be able to reveal Hulk, and we'll be able to reveal, you know, Lego Marvel Avengers, which is us telling the great story of Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron and more in Lego form, you know, with that classic humour. It's great to go back to the Marvel Universe and this time to really explore somewhere where we haven't been before. You know, this is really it's like a celebration of Avengers, and I think people are going to love playing it when they play it, because it's the movies, it's the comics, it's everything Avengers.
I think the last Marvel game you had something like 150 characters, is that right? Are you going to up that number this time?
Yeah, hopefully. So, you know, we've got returning characters. Yeah, we obviously Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, but we also have, you know, we've done our best to make sure there's a whole host of characters that have never been in a Lego video game. So, you know, we haven't revealed those yet. You know, well, other than, you know, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Ultron. But, you know, as we get to later on in the campaign, we'll see. We're going to have over 100 new characters that we've never had. So yeah, hopefully that roster number, you know, we can beat the last game.
And if people have got their favourite Marvel character they'd like to get in, are you still open to suggestions at this stage?
As I always
shouldn't say that, but I'm going to.
Well, I always say on Twitter that we always listen, and it's one of those things. As a development team, we actively listen. We actively, you know, want to hear from people what they want to do, you know, in the game, who they want to play as in the game. So it's definitely one of those things. You know, drop it in the comments on this video. It's one of those things where we're always listening. You know, we want to make sure that when we finish a game, it's a game that people want to play. You know, we're going to give the game that we want and that people want, and it makes for a better game.
And so, other than the characters, compared to the last Marvel game, is there new stuff you're doing functionally? How are you sort of, you know, innovating in that way? Well,
you know, we've revamped the combat system for starters. You know, we want to give people the control of the combo moves. We've got a whole, Avengers is about teaming up. That's the iconic thing. So we're teaming up in terms of puzzle moves. We've got Avengers Initiative puzzle moves. We're teaming up in terms of combat. So every one of the core Avengers, and that goes through to Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Vision, they have unique moves if you interact with each other, whichever way, you know, backwards and forwards. So you can team up Quicksilver with Vision. You can team up Iron Man with Thor. And these combat moves are all stuff that you'll actually, you know, instigate yourself, whereas in previous games it's kind of been automatic, you know, in terms of the single ones. So we've done that. We're going back to the open world. We're going to have a whole different Manhattan, a whole different raft of like gameplay experiences with some new stuff as well. We're going to try and innovate a little bit within the concepts and the confines of Manhattan. But it won't just be Manhattan, there will be more. So at the minute, what we're sort of saying is there's Avengers, there's Age of Ultron, and more. And then there's an open world Manhattan, and more. And it's, you know, this is the first time the game's been out. We're showing this much, you know, and as we get way on through the campaign, people will see, you know, the passion that we're putting into this.
So in the game here, what are some favourite moments you'd like to pick out for us as we bring it up on screen?
So here in the game, you know, we're going back to the Battle of New York from Avengers 1, and, you know, and we're showing Cap, Black Widow, teaming up and effectively battling their way through the streets around Grand Central. And again, you know, we've upped the visual quality, we've upped the amount of Lego. We can see that we've got, you know, Cap and can team up with Black Widow, so she can be flipped up high. You know, we've got a whole sequence where the Chitauri come in, and you've got to work in tandem with Iron Man and deflect his lasers. You know, we've got the Leviathan that comes in, and Hulk defeats the Leviathan, and then it just stops for a selfie, which we had in the trailer. And, you know, this is really just a little tease of what's to come. You know, in Age of Ultron, for example, we're recreating the Hulkbuster fight with the Hulk. You know, you're going to get to play as Iron Man, bring in the Hulkbuster, suit up, and then take the Hulk on. And so this game is just, you know, I love Marvel, and to be able to retell Avengers stories is just great.
And do you think there's any scope for bringing Marvel into Lego Dimensions, and how does the roadmap look going forward? Are those two things going to be forever separate, or?
It's one of those things, you know, Dimensions is great. They've announced all the IP that they're going to have, and we're just concentrating on Lego Avengers, and it's a game in its own right. They're two separate things. So we're having fun with our stuff, and hopefully people are going to really love Dimensions too.
Great, well thanks for your time, really good.
Thank you very much.